Hello and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. And look at this. We are right into the racing action. Wolfie, bring us up to date. What has been happening in the opening 2 minutes of this race?
Turn one, Barters went straight on. Between 3 and 4, Glenn Newton had a spin. There's been a couple of nudges, but everybody seems to be back where they should be in the top 8, and Barters and Glenn Newton are down the back. Over to you, Trev.
There we go. Better late than never, as we've also got Voodoo in the party as well. Rocky entry tonight, but glad we're live. Cue the Rocky music. And I've got to say, Albert, we missed out on Albert's hot lap, unfortunately. We had to go the old school way to live stream round 4 of this championship tonight, but my goodness me. We are only one lap into this race. Thank you for sticking with us, but the safety car is in. My dog's looking at me like, what the bloody hell are you going on with? But it's Messick leading the restart of this race ahead of Barters, Wilco, Prince Albert, and Albert goes bang, and now they're all around. Holy mackerel. This is incredible. Albert's around. Wilco got touched. Big Dick Johnson as well. As the Universal Boss gets us underway, Messick. Now, once the safety cars come back in, he decides to make a pit stop and lose the most possible amount of time.
Oh dear, that's not gone well.
So, Wilco wasting no time here. Wolfie, is he going to make a move right at the restart? But don't forget about Albert, who's right up behind him. Look, here at the Circuit de Barcelona de Catalunya. And he's going to make a move, is he? No, he can't quite get through, so Barters leads. Sorry, Wolfie, I can just hear you through this headset, but goodness me, what a hectic restart. But I can tell you what, Jason Wilkinson from Carrum Downs, acknowledging everybody in Carrum Downs, past, present, and emerging, because this man is so close, and Albert is right with him. Look at this. This is going to be tight there. Albert down the inside. They touch. Wolfie and Wilco's around.
Albert's made the move of the night so far. As Wilco spun it around, he's into the dirt. Oh, that's going to be looked at afterwards. He's dropped another place.
Look at this battle. Look at what Wilco is now involved in. We've got Glenn Barters into the pits now, and Wilco's on the comeback drive, and Voodoo saying Barters in the pits. And Wilco with the rears on the sand. Barters still to pit. Interesting, a bit of team tactics there. So very interesting indeed from Mahoney. And where do we look, Wolfie?
I'm back. OG's got loose, and looks like Barters has managed to slip up the inside of him. Wilco's on the side. It's three wide. It's 3 wide into the second right-hander. I've lost it. Sorry.
That's all right. We'll let you get it together. Mahoney says, wow, interesting. A bit of team tactics going on there. A lot of gamesmanship. So a little bit of controversy there. So sitting in his safety car, texting us. And Glenn is off.
Oh, no.
And yellow flags out. Not too sure what happened there, but Glenn is off. And that is big for the championship. Because he was gaining points on his main championship rival in Jason.
Wilco's tagged righty. Wilco tagged Cardi just on that rear. He's gone wide, and Cardi's going to come back up at the inside of him. Oh, boys.
So Glenn into the fence. Thank you for that, Voodoo. But this is the battle now. This is where it's at. Cart Dude is not giving in, is he? Oh, is he going to turn in?
No, he didn't, but he got tagged.
And, Wilco, Cart Dude over the curbs. Look at this. Cart Dude now on the attack, heading through the last corner. He's got a slipstream here, and now he's all over the back of Wilco at the moment as we come across the line now to start lap 18. Wilco on the defensive. Cart Dude looking for some room. Is he going to pull out? He is. Side by side. Look at this Cart Dude. Big Taswegian balls. Yes.
He's done it. He's made it. Oh, he's slipped. He's gone tight, and he's come out of that.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Sorry.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Get back to Prince Albert in a moment, but Wilco, he needs to send it soon. He's running out of corners, running out of time. This is the final lap. Here comes Albert out of the final corner to win in Spain.
Race.
And he wins this race. Big Dick Johnson comes through in second, but where is Wilco? The battle for the final podium position is not over. Wilco's got a good run on him out of the final corner. Is he going to have enough time?
It's a long way to the strike here too.
And is he going to...
Close enough?
Oh, no.
No.
So Cart Dude gets it by 0.3 of a second. And, well, still, so damage limitation for Wilco as his main championship rival Glenn comes through. He missed last week, gets 5th this week, so 10 points to add to his championship haul. OGT, who was in the wars all night tonight in P6, my Bingaling. Oh, I want you to play with my Bingaling. Well done, Cart Dude, says Mahoney. And there we go, across the line. Messick is going to be the next one of them, I think. He's got Barters 3 seconds behind him. Well done, Cart Dude.
Hello, welcome to another KRL hot match of the week. This time we're at Misano in the cup car. Nice and fun around here. Sprint round tonight, so it's going to be intense. The 7-minute quali is going to shake up the grid. So here we are, going under that bridge. It's going to be turn 1, braking point, down to third. Use as much curve as you can, then full throttle, and then back into second there. Get nice and tight. Open this corner up, should be easy flat. Shoot to fourth, let it drift out. You can shoot to fifth if you need to, and then back down to second. Try not to take too much inside curve. Squeeze the throttle with the throttle control. Just squeezing it off, back on, and then off again, and then back on once you're at apex. Bang, easy, flat through there. Here we go. Little brake bias adjustment should be coming up in a second. There it is. A bit more forward, and then you're going to brake hard. Turning nice and smooth. Get into the apex. Pick the throttle nice and slowly. Third gear. Nice short shift out there. Hard up here, very easy to make a mistake into the corner and on the exit corner, so just stick to the middle track, brake as straight as you can, and then easy turn in, pick the throttle nice and slow, there's full throttle there, and now go a little breather for a sec, and then you go through these fast one-handers. Very easy to make a mistake here as well, so you need to be flat through this first one, so this curve here, bang, and then as soon as you hit this curve, just slack down the brake, keep it in a straight line again, and then turn in, car gets going to slide here, a little bit of throttle and then bang, down to second, late apex, open up the next corner, easy throttle, fourth gear, lift off, don't leave a little lift through here, bang, full throttle once you hit that curve, leave in fourth, and then try and get in a little groove here, should be third gear, pretty much easy through there, and that is the lap around Misano. Poles were going to be low 136s, that was 36.6 that lap, so hope you enjoyed tonight, and yeah, we'll see you come out on top tonight.
Welcome to KRL. In your screen at the one time. Oh no! Look at this! Harvey Norman looking to make moves on Mighty Murph, but I reckon Barters is going to make him pay. And he sticks it down the moment. Cart Dude almost sends Wilco off, but Wilco manages to keep his foot in the championship. But the new boy up to P5. Look at that, he's trying to break the slipstream on the main straight, but he is under pressure here. Great effort from Static Hats. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth all together. Speed's got a run on him. Is he going to make a move down into turn 1? I reckon he is. Down the inside, he's basically fully sending it. The final corner, he will take P7 I reckon, but Jimbo and Rob Dog, he's going to get his first points of the year as well. Who's going to take? It's time to go racing for KRL.
Welcome to Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world as we see the cars come out on track. It's round 5 of Tier 1 of this KRL Championship, and who is going to take bragging rights into the mid-season break? It's a sprint round, and it is great to have your company. And Wolfie, hello and welcome you for another week. This is going to be action aplenty tonight.
Good evening, Trevor. Good evening, everybody. This will be fantastic. We've gone back to the 7-minute quali, 20-minute race. 7-minute quali 2, 20-minute race. People are having trouble with tyres, having trouble with temperature. They can't stay on the circuit. It's going to be great fun.
It's going to be incredible. Some classic corner names here. The Variante del Parco, the Misano, just to name a few here, as Aussie Thunder is off the track very early on. So let's just recap. This is a sprint round like we mentioned, as we see nearly all the drivers out on the track to begin this first qualifying session. We've got a 7-minute qualifying session followed by a 20-minute race, then a small gap in between, and then you can join us for another qualifying session and followed by another 20-minute race. So the second sprint round we've had this season, it's going to be absolutely fantastic here at the Autodromo Internazionale di Misano. If you believe that, you'll believe anything. But Aussie Thunder struggling early on in this session. A few drivers struggling to find grip here, Wolfie.
It seems to be early. Wilco slowed down. Madifan's having a bit of trouble. They're trying to get a bit of room with each other. You've got to nail this. We're looking at 1 minute 37.8 seconds per lap. So you haven't got a lot of time to sort it out. You maybe get an out lap, maybe a hot lap, and maybe a second one, as long as you don't stuff the first one up. And Wilco has indeed done so into the dreaded Curva del Carro.
He certainly has. The Prestige Jayco, the man from Carrum Downs there, as Voodoo Super Crunch afternoon, all OGT here for some more Cup Carnage, he says. Plumboss 84 says, come on Albert and Barters, get the dogs. Who can forget about Albert from last week? We saw those highlights at the Circuit de Barcelona de Catalunya. He got a win there on home turf. And Bingaling, my Bingaling as well, says Plumboss. Great to have you with us. Very informative lap there, hot lap from Wilco. He did talk us through that hot lap, and it is a bit of a tricky circuit, but Wolfie, it's one that most of the drivers like.
They love it because it's really fast. You'll notice from what am I looking at? Like turn 7, which is the bottom sort of hairpin on the left-hand side. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rights, and that first and second right are pretty much flat out. You brake hard at that second right, depending on how quick you're going. But there's so much heat and there's so much pressure on that left-hand set of tyres. By the time you finish that, there's a lot of sliding to the left. There's a lot of car weight thrown over the left-hand side. So I think that's where there's going to be a lot of that quick sort of just drift into the fence.
Let's have a look at Cardew now on your screen. He's 2/10 off of provisional pole position. And we've got you down for the safety car duties tonight, Wolfie, as well there. So that's great.
No.
Oh, no.
No safety cars tonight, my friend. It's balls out, pedal to the metal, get your trackside, backside, trackside. It's just no safety cars. It's all go, go, go.
So there we go, from go to woe, from start to finish as Voodoo. 13 drivers in this field tonight, including Static Hazard, Big Dick Johnson. Then it's Righty as well, who was our wild card last night. And I don't believe he scored points, which I believe means that you got back-to-back points finishes, Wolfie. You're absolutely killing it. Killing it at the moment.
I've had 2 points finishes in a row out of 6 races. It's starting to pick up. Any time now, I'll get into single digits as a race, with a race finish. But thank you, Trev.
No worries at all. Don't forget, all those ladies out there watching, $4.95 Premium Diamond Wolfie Access. You get access to all of the content, including some of the stuff we probably can't talk about at the moment, given where we're at. But anyway, Righty comes across the line. What's he going to do? He is up to third. Only 6/10. Make that fourth now with Cardew up there once again. We see it every week. It's so close.
Oh, sorry. Aussie Thunder's gone around in front of Jason. Has it put Jason off?
And that has put Wilco off. Aussie Thunder struggling here in the early going of this session. And before you know it, look at that, Wolfie. We've only got 80 seconds remaining in this session. And this is not good news, is it? Jason is just inside the top 10.
Yep, he will finish this lap and he'll have one more to go. And here we go across the strike. And what has he done? Oh, he's slow.
So
this is our 4 out of 6, 4 out of 5 winners, 6 out of 6 poles, 5 out of 5 pole guy.
Something like
Struggling.
that. Something like that. But I tell you what, 10 people now watching this. Great to have you with us. You couldn't have joined us at a better time. And there's action aplenty. Yellow flags. Somebody off down there at the hairpin. But anyway, they've gone now. But
It's
it is
Voodoo that's come unstuck.
Voodoo, Nigerian Prince there working. He'll need to work some black magic. But it's Glenn Unit on pole position. By a cigarette paper in front of Prince Albert of Spain there. And then it's Matterford at Cardew, Righty. Look how close it is. And then it's OGT, Barters, Bingerling, Big Dick Johnson, Aussie Thunder, Wilco down
He's just
to
come
11th.
off again. He's just come off again.
So this is quite incredible here. Voodoo says snapped on me at the back. Then the tyres are cooked starting from the back of the grid. So thank you for the update, Voodoo, as that is it. Qualifying is done and dusted here for the first qualifying session of the night. But the big question is, what can Wilco do? It is close up the front, but Albert's just chucked in a 37.2. And this man,
quick.
That is very quick. As Aussie Thunder there facing the wrong way, as he doesn't like that corner, does he? But here comes Wilco. Glenn is a machine, Plum Boss, and you are spot on. It is close at the front, but can Wilco get amongst it? Boy, oh boy, Albert's really he's set the gauntlet, hasn't he? Look at this, 37.2. Wilco coming across the line. It's only good enough for third. Well,
That's, and that is lucky because that's the last lap. And I thought he might have actually crossed the line and might have got disqualified for that lap, but as we can see, he's managed to come through. That is a tight field. Top 6 under a second. Top 9 a second and a half, with Jono and Thunder having a bit of trouble. Static hasn't qualified, and neither has Voodoo. But it's 20 minutes, it'll be balls out.
Balls to the wall, no safety cars, that's right. Wolfie just sitting in that pit lane there for good looks, but Voodoo, Wilco not getting pole position, no. And this will make the race very interesting. He says, lost a second in the big spoon, but don't go anywhere. We've got the first of 2 sprint races coming up. I've just got to jump out quickly after these short messages. We'll be back right after this for race 1. Stay with us.
Welcome to the Good Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport. Welcome to the Goodbyes YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Better late than never. Apologies for the delay, but we are just loading in. The race is on. That's right, sprint round here, round 5 of this championship. The Universal Boss gets us underway, and somebody's around. There's been action aplenty, and we haven't even got through the first lap. Wolfie, what is going on?
As far as I can tell, Albert and Matterford had an issue coming through the straight, and someone's gone around there. It's still Glenn and Jason and Cardi that are first, second, and third. Everyone else seems to be okay. There was another spin at the back there, which I think might have been Voodoo. I'm just trying to wait for everything to update. Then we'll all be on the same track.
There we go. So Jason Wilkinson started third, now up to second, putting all sorts of pressure on the big unit in Glen Regis. And can't do 2 seconds further back, My Bingaling. Oh yes, My Bingaling wants to play with Cart Dude, that's for sure. Righty up to 5th. How long will it last? That's the big question. Wolf Barter's in 6th. Big Dick Johnson with his dodgy left heel. You put your left foot in. OGT right behind him. Static Hazard in that beautiful livery there. And the Tier 2 star is inside the top 10. Prince Albert. What happened to our man Prince Albert there? He may have been involved in something, Wolf.
I believe that he and Matterford had, I don't know whether they had it coming together, but they certainly came unstuck onto that straight on turn 5 Curve di Grande Espagnol Italiano, and I think they got a bit mixed up into the braking zone into the that's left-hand hairpin.
Yep, the Autodromo Internazionale di Curva Parabolica Grande there, catching Albert out on that occasion. I'm not sure what any swear words in Spanish, anybody, but Albert's got a lot of work to do down there from P9. Matterford. Static has it outside the top 10. Matterford in your favourite position there, Wolfie. P10 doing very nice work down there in Tier 2. Aussie Thunder, the man who spent more time off the track than on it in qualifying, he is down in P12. Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, he's going to have to work his magic down there from P13, but he's got clear track ahead of him as it is lap 2 of this race. And look at this battle at the front. It is our championship leader who is now in the lead. In the lead, he's got the lead from Glenn. And can Glenn have a go at him here to get that lead back, Wolf?
It's a long straight. Oh, that is late break. Oh, he's nearly tagged Wilco. He's trying to come around the outside. He's dropped a bit of time there, so it's going to take him a lap to pick up. But it's only a short race, so there's 15 minutes to go. So he's really got to get on. There's no time to sit back and just try and work your way through. You've really got to go for it.
Certainly is. Big balls required here in the remaining 15 minutes of this race, but look at them. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all on your screen here. So classic little midfield battle going on. Albert still back there. We haven't forgotten about him. But this championship sure is up for grabs. The two main contenders in first and second. Cart Dude from Tasmania down there in Launceston in third. My Bingaling. Beautiful looking livery on that number 33 Porsche. Righty behind him. So things have settled down now. Big Dick Johnson.
Oh, good
Big
move.
Dick Johnson just saying, let's make this move happen. And he has, and now he's after Righty here, Wolf. Good move from Big Dick.
He is Righty. OGT's just sitting behind watching it all go through. He's keeping a good touch with these four guys racing hard. I think Albert's dropped back now. I think he's got some damage. I had a look at him. He seems to be turning left a lot more than he needs to be. So I think he's probably done something wrong to that left front end.
And when you need to turn right as well, that is never good. But Righty now under very big pressure from Big Dick Johnson, the big Queenslander, doing very nicely indeed up there to P6. Let's take a look at this lead battle. Jason Wilkinson, big hello to everybody. Family, friends, acquaintances of Wilco watching from Carrum Downs. Just acknowledging everybody from Carrum Downs. They've been doing it tough in 2020. And now their man is in the lead from Glen Unit. Not sure where he's from, but Cart Dude in third. Bingaling now in fourth. So things very settled at the moment. But this is where the battle starts. Big Dick Johnson just poking it up the inside there.
Oh.
Ever so slightly. They almost touch. But Righty runs wide. And this could
gone wide.
He's
there
gone wide. This could be the chance that he's looking for, Wolf.
Yep, it should be good. Unless Righty decides to try and sneak in underneath him. I've actually decided to sit up taller so I can see more of the screen. That doesn't work.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Righty now. He's down to sixth. He was a wild card last night. He's a tier 1 material here, but he is dropping back through the order. Has a cheeky look at Big Dick Johnson. And you're not going to slip one through Big Dick there, that's for sure. Not in this part of the track anyway, because it's much easier said than done, isn't it? But Big Dick Johnson, Righty there. Look at this battle. 5, 6, 7, 8. And OGT down there keeping an eye on things like we mentioned. But 13 minutes to go if you're just joining us. Hello to you all. Welcome to the KRL family. You are now one of us. Don't forget to subscribe, but I know you have already. Somebody. There's a yellow flag at the back. It may have been Albert, or is it Voodoo? No, the Nigerian Prince.
Yeah, Static Hazard has had an off.
So Static Hazard was a bit of a hazard there on the map. There were yellow flags out, but now he's well down the field. Never mind about taking that corner, but he might come into the pits. I'm guessing he is trailing around, so he might have some damage. We'll get back to that one as Big Bjorn's joined us. I've had to approve that comment, Bjorn, but it is great to have your company here. Says Big Dick Jono just sunk the pink. That's why I had to approve that one. The YouTube
That's
filters.
An AC/DC song, I believe. That should be fine.
That should be all right, shouldn't it, surely? But then again, we know what YouTube's like. So Wilco there leading this race. Lap 4, if you don't mind. Glen Unit's dropped back a second or two. And now Cart Dude's putting pressure on him. So this battle, do not go anywhere. We've got another qualifying session followed by another race. Round 5 sprint action here at the Autodromo Internazionale di Parabolica Misano. Marco Simoncelli as well. Cart Dude, rest in peace, Marco. But now Cart Dude.
Oh, Righty's gone off, and Righty's gone off at the third to last right. He's spinning around in front of Barters, and I think Barters is going to get him on the outside over the line. No, Righty's cut through the middle of it there.
So Big Dick Johnson is well clear of this battle now, but it's 6th, 7th and 8th still all together. He went and dropped 1,000 on a new Fanatec wheel on Jason's advice, and I've got to say it's not doing very much at the moment, Wolf.
No, it's having a lot of trouble there. The tyres are starting to get really crazy at this point in time, so the Big Dog's got away. Righty's getting harassed by Barters, and OG's just sitting underneath him. That looks like someone's gone around there. That's looks like Static's gone around again. He's having a very difficult race. Oh, Barter's up underneath Righty. So
Barter's now. We'll get back to Static Hazard. And those leaders are coming through there, aren't they, I think now? Are they? Oh, no, sorry, I beg your pardon. Static's just, hopefully Static's out of the way there. But anyway, so Barters has slipped through Righty. So Righty down to 7th. He's dropping back all the time. Only 11 minutes remaining in this race. Lap 5. It is a sprint round. Very, very fast action everywhere here in KRL this evening here at Misano. But, well, OG's only got OGT to go. Manaford's about 2.9, nearly 3 seconds further back. But these tyres, tyre wear can be a bit of an issue around this circuit, can't it, Wolfie? And Righty seems to be struggling at the moment.
It is that left hand from that first right hand hairpin. You've got these two very, very quick left-handers, and then a third left-hander. Righty has gone around. He has completely lunched it this time.
Here we go. So Righty is around. Can he get back onto the circuit before Albert comes along? And he's around again. So this is not good. I can see Albert coming around. So there goes Albert. Albert waves to him and says, "What are you doing, mate?" in his native Spanish tongue. OGT goes up. So does Manaford there. The timing screen's updating. Somebody else off. Is Righty still off the track?
Halfway mark. Keep pushing.
And thank you for that.
Can't see where he is at the moment.
And Righty's off again. He's hit the pit wall now. He spun at the last corner, so this is really going from bad to worse for Righty. The universal boss letting us know that half the rear's gone and half is through to go. Thank you for that, Big Chris Gill. But Righty is struggling now. He is well and truly outside.
He's spread his tyres out, I would suggest.
And I reckon you might be a chance from the pit lane to get ahead of him at the moment, Righty. He is struggling big time. And Buggerlugs 93 says, "Aussie, Aussie, Aussie, oi, oi, oi." And let's have a look at what's happening further up the field. And Kart Dude now is ahead of Glenn. Breaking news from the top three. Wow. This is incredible.
We've missed that one. Jaco's sprinted away with that. Glenn's sitting on top. Glenn Unit's sitting on the back of Cardi, who obviously just got overtaken. Yeah, it's getting pretty hairy.
Certainly is lap 6 of this race. So Prestige Jaco is out in front by 1.5 seconds. Hello to you, Buggerlugs 93. And Cardu now up into second. And Glenn, our championship contender, has gone off in the same place. Look at this, Wolfie. The same place that Righty went off, and now Binger is off. Well, look at...
That's getting very sketchy, very sketchy.
Binger just...
there's another one gone around as well. There's Binger gone around.
And Binger just deciding to put it back onto the track in front of, Barters and somebody else there, I think it was. But that was a bit of a risky move there, I reckon. But it all seemed to start with Glenn, and he's now down in fourth. Not good for this man's championship chances.
Not at all. I think he was trying to get a hold of Kart Dude, and Barty's just gone for a big dive up underneath OG, and that's managed to work. But I think maybe Glenn Unit was trying a little bit too hard to gain that position back.
Certainly was. So it is Jason now leading this race. These races going very quickly. Less than 8 minutes to go in sprint race number 1 here at Misano in the north of Italy. And a great little part of the world there. Google trying to give me directions to Misano. Not sure whether it's possibly a COVID risk, but it is interesting. Maybe I'll get there someday. But there it is. And Kart Dude is right on the back of Jason Wilkinson now. Prestige Jaco under all sorts of pressure here. Kart Dude making a late run at a win here in race 1.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very tight with the top two. Excuse me, Binger's just stuck back in underneath OGT. There's a few more chances to go here in this last sort of 6 or 7. OGT's just come unstuck, so the tyres are really starting to have problems now. With a track temper at 33, these guys are hammering it. I don't know how much more there is left in them, to be honest.
So you can see there, track temperature 33. Track conditions are fast. No real wind to speak of. But Kart Dude now, these tyres are going as Mahoney joins us for the first time this evening. He says, "Come on, Kart Dude." Thank you for that, Joel Mahoney. And look at Kart Dude go. Wow, so obviously Kart Dude looking after those tyres a little bit better than Wilco. Are Wilco's tyres dropping off that cliff? I wonder whether Jason Prestige Jaco can get to the end of this one, but Kart Dude, you can see he's using every inch of that track, Wolfie, in his attempts to get past this man.
He's just taking everything a little bit wider, a little bit tighter where he can, and just trying to tighter into the corners, trying to get better acceleration. And those tyres will be the left-hand side tyres are going to be very, very hot. And that's really where the corners are that you need to try and punch that speed out as quick as you can.
And Big Dick Johnson, while you were chatting there, Wolf, Big Dick Johnson having a moment. Glenn is back up into P3, so that was the final podium position. That is interesting, but Can't Do now, is he taking too much out of those tyres, Wolfie, this track?
Oh, Wilco, no, Wilco's had a bit of a moment.
Wilco.
Carney's right on him now.
He is right on his tail here, coming up to the last corner. Big Shep has joined us. He says, go, Wilco, go. Nibbles, let's go, Wilco, let's go. Having a couple of frothies, a lot of goes and a lot of let's goes in that Big Shep. But thank you for your company down there at Sinbad's. And have a frothy for me, or 2, or 3, or 4. But Can't Do, your man still in front by just a kitten's whisker at the moment. Thank you, Richie. But Wilco now in front, just 0.2 of a second. We don't need to worry about that gap, Wolfie, because Jesus Christ, it's close. Look how close it is with 5 minutes to go. Don't go anywhere, Wolf. This is a grandstand finish.
I'm trying not to, but work keeps calling me and I have to work for tomorrow morning, so I'm trying to stay in touch with it as well. But it's looking great. And then we've got Barters catching up to Big Dog. Matterford's just behind Barters, so there's a little bit of a battle coming together in 4, 5, 6 as well.
So not just 1 and 2. We're seeing 4, 5, 6. Also, the midfield battle, very interesting as always, but we might stick with this. 4.5 minutes remaining in this race. And it is Wilco just staying in front of Can't Do. Victoria versus Tasmania. Good old-fashioned state of origin stuff here. Can't Do, where can he get a move done around this 4-kilometre circuit? As Sham says, Can't Do sponsored by BAT. And look at that, Can't Do 45. Oh, yes, that's his favourite part of the circuit. This is where he can get a move done. Hello to you, Sam Cham, the great man joining us here. But look at this battle now. Under 4 minutes remaining. Can't Do. Oh, Jesus. He nearly lost the back end. He nearly lost it, Wolf.
Blue screen out of there as well. If you check out 3, 4, and 5, they're catching Glenn Unit, and they're really starting to get on his back. So Glenn's probably lost some rubber as well.
So Matterford, not good when you lose the rubber. Oh, Big Dick Johnson. Have him and smash him, can't, says Sam. Not sure whether we can really say that. But Big Dick Johnson with his dodgy left foot right up behind Barters. Look at this. Using every inch of the track. Nearly taps him on the arse, but not quite. Wowee, less than, what do we got? A tick over 3 minutes remaining. Lap 10 of this race. Let's recap. It is this man from Carrum Downs in the lead, but for how long? And Big Shep joining us saying Nibbles has become the hunted. The hunter has become the hunted. He was shitting on about 6 wins in a row. Is he going to get it? I'm not too sure, Wolfie.
No, it's not looking good for him. It depends on who gets sketchy first, whether it's going to be Jason or Cardi, because they're both trying very, very hard. And Cardi keeps trying to cut in on the shorter corners, give it a bit more length around the outside, try and get that speed up. But it's a difficult track to break it. Oh, go, Trev, go.
They've both gone off together. Sorry there, Wolfie, but boy, I just saw Wilco shoot right off the circuit there, and Can't Do went off in sympathy, but I don't think either of them lost too much time. But the battle continues. Glenn is 16 seconds further down the road. Only 2 minutes now remaining. Matterford in P4. Big Dick Johnson just throwing it all over the place. Down there in 6. Barters holds on to 5th, so that's good for him. But Wilco now just with a nose in front. Just like Thorpe and Hackett. Hackett and Thorpe. Oh, yes. Very sad to see Bruce McAvaney hang up the microphone. But what a delicious career that was. But less than 2 minutes. How many laps have we got left, please, Wolf?
Be 2, maybe 3, depending on how quick these boys are.
There's contact. Oh, no.
He's tagged him.
Contact, so they've tagged each other, and Can't Do's into the lead. Will he readdress?
No, Wilco's gone round. Cardi's jumped into the lead. That'll be interesting. No safety car. No, it's too late, too buggered.
No safety car. We've got 13 people watching this, a baker's dozen if you don't mind. Wilco not happy under that helmet inside that Porsche. And Sham Sam says, get in there, Cart. Yes, this could be it. 1 minute
Wilco's
remaining.
flashing the lights.
And Wilco not happy at all. A bit of road rage there, if you don't mind. And now he's going to put it down the inside. Or has Cart Dude let him through there? What's going on?
Maybe Carney's addressed it. He might have. Oh well, Carney went wide, but I'm gonna do the best thing and say that Carney's probably let him through because he tagged Wilco. Oh, Wilco! Oh no!
I think you might be on a little bit of a delay there. Where you're watching it from, Wolfie, because I'm sort of seeing things a few seconds before. But look at this, around the final corner, the Misano corner, the imaginatively named Misano corner, 1 lap to go. So thank you for the Universal Bus. 1 lap to go, give it all you've got. Thank you, Mr. Chris Gale. And it's going to be up to Jason Wilkinson here. Don't blush, baby. And let's have a look at this. Wilco, head down, arse up, says Big Shep. And look at this, I think it's even Stevens. They both swapped positions there, didn't they, a couple of times? But look at this. This is going to go right down to the end, photo finish style, Wolf.
Wilco wide again. He is showing. Oh, he nearly tags again. This is going to be hard. I don't know what to say. Go.
Well, I don't know what they're going to say after the race.
Well,
that is
after
going
the
to
race,
be
it'll be an interesting chat room.
That's going to be interesting. Somebody off at somewhere on the circuit, but that's not important because 14 beautiful people out there watching this stream. God, I love you all. And how close is this? Flip a coin. Let us know in the comments who will win this race. We've only got a few corners left here at the Circuit Internazionale di Autodromo di Misano. I think that's what it's called, Wolf, but Jesus, what a race we have. What a finish we've got here. 12 laps. This is going to be tight indeed. 12 laps. And it all comes down to this. Sam, Mahoney, Plum Boss, Big Shep having a frothy. Can't readdress there. And Wilco down the inside. They touch. Cart Dude, he's going to put it down the inside now. And Wilco, we've only got 2 corners to go. They touch again. One is off the circuit. A bit of traffic involved as well, but it's going to come down to the final corner. Can Wilco? It's going to be a sprint.
No!
It's going to be a dead heat. Look at this. Wilco, who's
finished the race.
Oh my God, what a race.
That is amazing. Just amazing.
And somebody there flying through, I think it might have been Voodoo working some black magic, but wow, Cart Dude getting home in the end, but by the skin of his nutsack. What a finish to race 1, Wolf.
That's fantastic. Those guys are going to need a decent break, and then they've got to go in for a 7-second, then they've got to go through a 7-second qualifying all of a sudden, and then back for another 20-minute race. So we'll have learned some stuff, and they'll be very angry at each other, a few of them around the track, I can only imagine.
What a finish. Kaima's joined us. Thank you. That's my beautiful wife, Kaima, there joining us. It sure did look tight up front, Voodoo. Tell Cart, Mahoney says, tell Cart he doesn't get in Ruse team by winning on Thursday. And just made it to the finish there, Victory Rider. Well, these comments, it's going absolutely nuts, Wolfie. But what a race. Oh my goodness, wow. I've got sweaty palms at the moment, so I just can't imagine what those drivers are going through. And are we going to get? I don't think we've got any interviews at the moment. I think we're going to get them all in at the end, are we? I think that's how it's going to happen.
I think that's probably going to be the best way to do it.
Well,
so we've got a little bit of time.
So
have a breath.
Yep, have a breath. I need to go to have a short commercial break, I reckon, for a pit stop soon. But as my wife says, she can hear me screaming from the other room. That is how intense this racing is. Big Shep, absolutely sensational, nail-biting stuff. Where the bloody hell else would you want to be on a Thursday night, Wolf? This is absolutely incredible. And guess what? We've got 20 minutes. We've got another race. We are going to do this all over again, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and there's another 7-minute qualifying, and then another 20-minute race, and there'll be scores to be settled, etc., etc. This will be a big one. Also, the fact that Albert and looks like Static has left the field, but Albert had a coming together. Glenn Unit did too, and he managed to get back up to third. So those guys will be on it for the second round.
They certainly will be. So we're going to have to jump out here, I reckon. And these comments are going absolutely nuts. Keep them coming, folks. We're going to have a short break, and then we'll be back for the second qualifying session and race 2 here for round 5 of KRL. Stay with us.
Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Okay, here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen there. What a race one we had. Wolfie, where do we begin? The action doesn't stop. We are straight back into qualifying 2 here. And wow, look at the people who are joining us. Thank you for that, Big Shep. 22, Rabbitohs 6, halftime scores. You must be talking about NRL, I think.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
If you don't want to know the score, look away now.
Yeah, look away now.
And as Aussie Thunder comes out, but wow, what a race. And we have barely got time to catch our breath. Cart Dude winning ahead of Wilco. I've forgotten about who finished in third. Was it Glenn? I can't remember.
Glenn finished in third.
That's right. It was
one of us was clever enough to write them down.
Good stuff. That's why we pay you the big money, Wolf. But I tell you what, I'd absolutely forgotten about who was in third as Aussie Thunder then starts a hot lap. But wow, there's no time at all, is there, to catch our breath, because we've got another short and sharp qualifying session. And then we are straight back into it. The numbers are going off their tits at the moment. Crazy stuff, but it is great. An absolute pleasure to bring this to you here tonight. Touch wood, no issues so far, but what a first race. We saw Wilco saying that he had some tyres that looked pretty cooked when he went sideways, and we did think that at the time, didn't we, Wolf?
We absolutely did, and it'll be the same for this race. Oh, actually, it's a little bit cooler for quali. I can't remember what the race temp was. It was 33 last race, so we are now at 7 p.m. The race will be at 7 p.m. as well, so it might be a little cooler on the track.
Certainly might be.
Might last a little bit.
7 p.m. Misano time here. And this track was extended to just a tick over 4 kilometres back in the great track extension of 1967. Prior to that,
year was a fantastic year for a lot of track extensions then too. I remember.
Certainly was.
It was the year for it.
It certainly was. A lot of people could vote as well. And Big Shep says, Trev, can you do a Ray Warren impression? From the NFL. I think, does he mean NRL?
Jeez. I think he means NRL. NFL's John.
NRL. I think he's into the second session at Sinbad's there. He won't be declaring early tonight. He's going to. I think.
Wilco's put in a stonker.
That's a stunning lap time, and Wilco there a 1:37.212. And that's absolutely fantastic. I can only sort of do the old Billy Birmingham style impression there, Shep, but thank you for that.
Impression of an impressionist.
Impression of an impressionist.
That is meta.
As Prince Albert, the Spaniard, going over those sleeping policemen, and I'm sure that's woken him up and woken them up as well. But Big Shep, no doubt he's enforcing the follow-on there, Wolf. I reckon he's had a frothy or two. And you can see, I don't think that's going to go for 5 days, that's for sure. But Albert in third, Cart Dude in second. So these two inseparable at the moment, as Cart Dude, he likes just taking all of the curb that he can. All fair enough, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Needs to get every bit of time he can out of that car. And look at this, just 2 minutes remaining, and we've still got half the drivers yet to set a time. The pressure's on, Wolf.
Absolutely. Cardi and Jason had such a run in the first race, so I'll be interested to see if they're just trying to beat the shit out of each other for the second race, see how that all turns out. But everybody's sort of, that's a little bit slower. 1:37.2. Wilco did a 1:36.4 in practice. Albert did a 1:37.7. So they're pretty close to where they want to be. I mean, they'll be thinking of tyre pressure adjustments as well with the cooler temperatures on track, and it's an optimum track tonight.
Certainly is. Like we said, a little bit cooler this session. Track temperatures in the range of 33 degrees. And that's a little bit hotter than what we've got now. 23 the current track temperature then. So 4 kilometres, no real wind to speak of there. Just a tick over a minute remaining in this session. Matterford righty, Barter's Big Dick Johnson yet to set a time, along with Dalrymple Dimple, who's been good enough to join us for race 2. That name's come out of nowhere, but good to see him in the field tonight. An extra car for race 2, but Wilco a 36.8. He is hot. Scintillating pace from the man from Carrum Downs.
Yeah, he's really gapped the field on this one too. It's almost a second to Cardi, over a second in Nevada's Albert, Glenn. So I think he might have his back up about the first race.
Well, we saw that epic battle in race 1. That's going to be one for the highlight reel, that's for sure. But Car Dude in second then, but it's not where you start, it's where you finish, of course. Barter's off the track yet again. And that is it. We are out of time.
That is quality. Who we got left to go? We have... I don't know who that is, because don't know where Dalrymple's coming for the second race. He's going to not qualify. Jason's come through and is 36.3. That is the quickest he's been around there in the last 2 days.
36.3. Wilco saving it for the business end of this evening. Somebody get a hose, because this man is white hot at the moment.
On fire.
And he is flashing, and he's got every right to, because that is absolutely stunning. I don't know whether we're on to world record times, but 36.3, 1.3 seconds ahead of the next man, if you don't mind. There's shades of a bit of Ayrton Senna about this man.
He's had enough.
Wow, 1.3 seconds, just setting the time to beat for the start. And Matterford, look at that, Matterford up to P2.
Oh, nice work, Matty. That is something. This is going to be very, very quick.
Well, look at that, Voodoo back into the pits. So there we have it. Wilco on pole position by a considerable distance ahead of Matterford. Car Dude in third. Front row, second row start, I should say, for Prince Albert here at Misano. The Spaniard finishing in P4. Barters in fifth. Glenn Unit in sixth. Not good for him or his championship chances. And OGT in seventh. Big Dick Johnson. And then it's my Bingaling, Aussie Thunder, Voodoo, and Righty, and the driver with no name. And then Wolfie sitting in the pits ahead of Ripple Dipple, who's been good enough to join us. Look at the countdown is on. We are going to have another classic race here from Misano. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this for race 2.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Welcome to KRL. In your screen at the one time. Oh no! Look at this! Harvey Norman looking to make moves on Mighty Murph, but I reckon Barnes is going to make him pay. And he sticks it down the moment. Cartoon almost sends Wilco off, but Wilco manages to keep his foot in the championship. But the new boy up to P5. Look at that, he's trying to break the slipstream on the main straight. But he is under pressure here. Great effort from Static Hats first. Second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and boy, oh boy, if it's anything like race one, Wolfie, we're in for an absolute treat here as we get ready for race number 2. How can you top that, Wolf?
All I've got to say is, woo! And hopefully it doesn't burst out. It's going to be crazy. Qualifying this time was ridiculous. I'll let you call the first corner.
Here we go then. We've made the start this time. That is a good start. The Universal Boss gets us underway. And it is go, go, go for race number 2. And Manafort and Wilco have a drag race down into turn 1. Cartoon right amongst the action, as you'd expect from the Taswegian. But Wilco streaks away. Not quite streaking away, but he's away safe and sound. It looks like everyone's got away cleanly here for the start of race 2. Wilco leads this one. Manafort up into P2. He shocked everybody. And there's somebody around at the back.
Yeah, right. Looks like Big Dog's gone around. It nearly grabbed Barters, and Binger's just managed to miss the whole lot of it. But he's got the run up into the hairpin.
Plenty happening at the back, but let's go back to the business end. It's Wilco leading, and guess who? His old sparring partner, his old mate Cartoon has a little bit of a moment there. He was just looked as though the back end was starting to come out there, but he caught it nice and cleanly, so he's up to second. Manafort in third. The Spaniard, Prince Albert, in fourth, ahead of Glen Unit. Barters in sixth. My Bingaling down there in seventh. OGT wanting to play with My Bingaling as well. Righty in ninth. Mr. Fanatec there inside the top 10, ahead of Aussie Thunder, Rimple Dimple. Who's made a pretty good start there. He's jumped a couple of places, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Big Dog has spun out. Got back by him, though.
And Big Dick Johnson back up into 11th. Ripple Dimple, like we said, it's the Wolf looking nice in his, what is that, a Lambo or something?
That's a Lamborghini, mate. That's a Lamborghini.
Lamborghini, and in
I'm
the
in
pit
Italy.
lane.
What else am I driving?
Mamma mia. Oh, Wilco. No, I thought he just had a bit of a moment there, but it's just my frame rate playing up. But Cartoon into second place now. But Wilco, if I didn't know any better, Wolf, has a point to prove in race number 2.
I think the top 5 have a point to prove. Obviously, Wilco against Cardi, but Albert and Glenn I think they had a coming together in the first race. So Albert would be wanting to get some decent points, and Manafort, brilliant last lap qualifying to bring himself up into third. So these top 5 guys are going for it. If they keep messing around with each other, Binger's going to catch up to that. Barter's going to catch up to Binger, and we might get a good 6 or 7 car trail down towards the end of the race.
Mouth watering. Not sure how to say that in Italian. Mouth watering, incredibile. Thank you for that. Wilco leading this race, 1.2 seconds ahead of Cartoon there. Sorry to anyone watching from Italy, but we love you, Bellissimo. And Manafort there, Albert in fourth, Glenn. Look how close it is. That top 5 separated by fractions at the moment. Tyre wear crazy in race 1. And Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, saying, sorry, Jono, the car stepped out. And that would explain that earlier incident. But 17 minutes to go in this race. 13 drivers. Wow, what a race we've got in store for the moment. Not quite as exciting as race 1 at the moment, Wolf, but it was a bit of a slow burner, wasn't it, race 1, went right until the end.
I think that everyone had a little bit of trouble with the tyres. Now we're looking at a 22-degree track temperature. It's an optimum track. The tyres won't burn up as quick as they did in the last race, so the speeds should be overall quicker. But after the first race, they've done 20 minutes flat out. I think they've got a little bit more of an idea of where they can cut the circuit, where they can step out and maybe let a little sort of drift get through the corners and better racing.
Stop everything, Victory Rider, a.k.a. LJ Hooker. saying, Mrs. LJ Hooker says you need a hobby, Trev. This is my hobby, LJ. Live for this stuff. It's great. Wednesdays and Thursday nights. Get the missus subscribed. You can see there on your screen. Tier 2 Wednesday, Tier 1 Thursday. Thanks, Mrs. LJ Hooker. As Jason Wilkinson, great to see you back, Victory Rider. And we saw him last night. Incredible bloke. Fantastic to have you with us. But it is Jason Wilkinson leading this race. But Kart Dude, it's much easier to chase than to lead. And that gap is 1.1 seconds. Great call on the first lap. Thank you for that, LJ Hooker. You're the best. And is that somebody off Matterford? What's going on there, Wolf? Is that Matterford off?
Yeah, it looks like he's had come unstuck. He's... No, I beg your pardon. Albert's got through on Matterford.
He's
might have had a little off, and Albert stuck in underneath him.
He's snuck in underneath him there. Prince Albert, who won last week at the Circuit de Barcelona de Catalunya. There is no other way you can say that. Not just if you're from Spain. You don't have to be Fernando Alonso. But Albert up into P3, so he's looking racy. And at the moment, Matterford in 4th, so 3rd, 4th and 5th all together. And then it's my Bingaling, somebody knocking off one of the signs there. That's a bit cheeky. But lap 3 of this race, 15 minutes to go. And don't forget about OGT. Where is the fan club tonight? He's down there in P8. Ahead of Aussie Thunder, all on his own there in P9, Big Dick Johnson, followed by Rimple Dimple in a very Belgian-looking livery there, and Big Dick Johnson going off the track, doing a bit of rallycross, and he's going to come straight. I thought he was going to roll into the path of Rimple Dimple there. So not working out well there for Big Dick Johnson, and he's got Voodoo for company now, so things going from bad to worse for Big Dick Johnson, but the Queenslander will go back to that a little bit later on. But that gap now, Wolfie, less than a second, if you don't mind. Kart Dude he's doing it again.
Somewhere along the line of that last lap, he's picked up 4/10. Glenn Unit is now sitting on the back of Matterford, and Matterford, Glenn Unit's trying to make a move underneath Matty and gets away with it. Nice move. Matty might have seen it coming, just left a little bit of room for it.
All the time you need to leave the space. That's right, Fernando, and you can see there he left plenty of space on that occasion. If you're interested, if you like what you see, subscribe. If you want to join, send us a message, leave a comment, and we will get in touch with you. And Matterford and Glenn, these two are teammates, are they not?
Yes, I believe they are. Actually,
they are. The cars.
There might have been team orders in there somewhere. I'm just saying, Trev.
The cars look awfully similar, so just took an educated guess on that one, but Glenn Unit is faster than you. Who could forget that infamous call at Hockenheim in 2010? It could be for championship points as well, because coming into the mid-season break, it's going to be very, very important to cut that points gap to this man, Jason Wilkinson, who is in absolutely career best form. Kart Dude might have got him in race 1, but now Wilco controlling things here in race 2 with 13 minutes to go in this race. Things starting to settle down, Wolfie, but for how long? That is the question, because anything can happen in this form of racing. We know that. And don't go out too wide there, Albert, Glenn Unit. Those curbs, we saw them catching out people last night. You don't want to go too wide there onto those sausage curbs. But it is Albert in P3, which means we will get to hear his voice so far. And you know what that does to me, Wolfie? It gets me awfully bloody excited.
It does. It brings the blood to the lower body and the lower part of the body. It's interesting, Wilco might have had an issue because it was Cardi was 7/10 down, and then it's now back out to 2.2 seconds. I'm just waiting for the screen to update. 2.7. So either Cardi's had an issue and come unstuck, or Wilco's just decided to bugger this. I'm out.
Yep, so either one or the other. It could be the latter. Wilco's probably said, you know what, stuff this, I'm off. And Wilco, don't forget though, 12 minutes remaining. That tyre wear can become an issue very quickly. And once those tyres start to go off, there's no coming back. But it is the man from Tasmania into the pits.
Oh.
What's going on here? I didn't think we had pit stops.
We do not. Well, they're not mandatory pit stops. And I don't understand. He's obviously got issues, which is why perhaps is why he's dropped back so far. And maybe he'll get in there, get some pit work done, and see if he can get some. I'm sorry, I'm just watching Glenn Unit and Matterford go for it at the moment because they're swapping positions. But Righty might, I beg your pardon, Kart Dude might see if he can pick get the pits sorted out and pick up some points.
Well, let's have a look at this battle. No team orders here. We thought there might have been some team orders.
Oh.
But Glenn, he's a unit, that's for sure. Is he going to send one down the inside of his teammate? You bet he is, Wolfie. Straight through, up into 3rd position.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. And they are playing for sheep stations at the moment. That means my man Prince Albert up into 2nd. So the chances of him speaking to us at the end of this race are vastly increasing. And that just gets me a little bit excited, that's for sure. But lap 5 of this race. And have we been robbed now of a grandstand finish that we saw in race 1 now with Cartoon into the pits?
Think so, but there's 10 minutes to go. Albert is quick when he gets his shit together, which I think he might have on this particular race. Can I just send a public notice meeting out to your wife to get a bucket of ice ready if Albert finishes in the top 3? Just to be on the safe side.
Just also get that hose out the front there. It's just near the play equipment out the front there. If my wife's still listening, I'm sure you are. Watches this every week, absolutely loves it. And Buggerlugs 93, that's right. The chance of a shower or two after this race, not just if Albert finishes inside the top 2. It's going to be raining men, hallelujah. And thank you, Dad, for the universal boss. Here's half the race gone and half still to go. And it's Jason Wilkinson. Thank you for that, Murray. And I'm sure he's watching as well. They're all watching this because lap 6 of this race, the final 9 minutes and 42 seconds before the mid-season break. Is it going to see Jason Wilkinson, this man, extending his championship lead? Or are we going to see something else happen? Albert in 2nd. What can he do about it? Matterford and Glenn unit, so some handy points for whatever team they race for, Wolf.
Oh, yeah, no, Glenn unit and Matterford have been swapping points. Glenn lost it and Matterford slipped underneath him. Matty is looking like he's having trouble with his tyres. These guys are just trying so hard, but it's getting very, very loose at the back here.
Certainly is. Don't forget, stay with us for our post-race driver interviews. Speaking about close there, look at Glenn and Matty. They are going...
Oh, Binger's gone around.
And my Bingerling, where is my Bingerling? He has gone around and not good for him. He's down in, where is he, P7 at the moment, still ahead of Aussie Thunder. But I was about to say, don't forget, we're going to talk to our drivers after the race. The top 3 from race 1 and the top 3 from race 2. So stick around for that. 8.5 minutes left and 13 people joining us for this stream tonight. Binger is having all sorts of trouble and he was almost off again there. Glenn and Matterford, we might go back to this battle. This is where it's at, Wolfie. The closest battle on the track. And you can see there, don't forget as well to get your driver of the day. Thank you, Martin Brundle. Don't forget to get your driver of the day votes in. Very serious stuff leading into the mid-season break, Wolfie. But this battle for P3, the cursed P3, some may call it, is hotting up.
P3. It is, and they're outbraking each other and accelerating, and there's understeer and there's oversteer, and they're trying very, very hard.
They certainly are, leaving nothing on the table. They, well, despite the fact they're battling.
Oh, there goes Matty. He's gone wide.
And Matty's gone wide, opening the door for Glenn Unit, leaving a space, and that will let Glenn Unit, I was about to say, despite those two battling, it's Albert's only 2 seconds further up the road too. So and Matterford. What's going, Glenn? Spin.
Place.
And Glenn has lost 3rd place. He's bottled it, and this is going to give Barters possibly a chance to go up into P4 if Glenn can't get back onto the track quick enough. I think he has, but his tyres are going to be in a bad way, and now he's got Barters, OGT, and my Bingerling bearing down on him, Wolf.
Vuda's come off again at the end of the straight before the last 2 right-handers. They're starting to batch up. They're starting to batch up, all bunch up towards the back of the pack here as well. So there might be another race on here as well.
So not just at the front, Jason Wilkinson with a handsome lead now, 7.1 seconds. Albert in P2, things starting to settle down. Matterford in 3rd. Zoom. There he goes. Glenn, his teammate, still in 4th. But not by much. Barters in 5th, OGT 6th. Here comes my Bingerling. Nobody available to play with Bingerling at the moment, but Cart Dude just can't work that out unless he had some significant damage, but I didn't see any. He's having an awful time of it down there in P8. So not only is he losing points, but he's lost the chance to take back-to-back wins here tonight.
Yeah, he's something's gone wrong, and I'm imagining him being the second place in the first race. We'll be able to find out about that and find out what went wrong with him. Aussie Thunder's having a terrible race. Bing has had a terrible race. So it's all happening up the front here. OGT has been supreme throughout both of these races. He's just sat there, done his consistent laps. He'll probably wind up with a decent 6th place here, perhaps 5th if there's a trouble up the front here again.
So I was asking for driver of the day, of course, from our viewers, but we've had 2 races, haven't we? So it could be Car Dude and it could be Wilco. So anyway, get your votes in, because we are counting down now. Just over 5 minutes left. Wilco, those tyres look like they're in pretty good condition. I guess he's got that bit of a buffer now at the front, hasn't he, Wolf? So he can sort of ease off, not by too much, of course, but he can take it a little bit easier and maybe go a little bit easier on those tyres.
Well, he's checked out. It was 7 seconds. I think it's down to about 6.8 now. So with 4.5, maybe 5 laps to go, he can easily drop a lap, preserve those tyres and be absolutely fine.
And still win. Albert in second then. So with his Spanish-themed helmet, of course, the man who won at Barcelona last week, which was a very nice victory. We saw those highlights at the top of the show. But Matterford now 2.2 seconds further back behind Albert. Not quite the closest battle on the circuit, but Glenn now in 4th. Barter's 1.7 further back. And OGT's driven quite nicely, Wolf. He's looking at P5 up ahead of him with Barter's, of course. But with 4.5 minutes left, whether he's got the pace to get by him, I'm not too sure. And then this man, great livery there, Bingerling, the number 33. I was about to say, has he got Voodoo for company? But Voodoo is around, I think. I think he's a lap down, Wolfie, and Voodoo has gone off the screen.
He's around again.
He's around, yellow flag's out. So Voodoo's back. I don't think he's a great driver, Voodoo, great guy, but these Porsche cars don't seem to agree with him, Wolf.
I was talking to him during practice. He's having a lot of trouble with the Porsche. He loves his Ferrari GT3, but he's having a lot of trouble with, as a lot of these guys are. A lot of these guys run the GT3s as well as the Porsche series, and they're just having a little bit of trouble with these Porsches. They're completely different setups. No traction control. The ABS is a little sketchy. You can't do a whole lot of damper work on them, so it's a bit more of a minimalist GT3 car, perhaps.
So Voodoo then, while you were saying that, Wolf, he's just having an awful time of it, which is unfortunate to see. Voodoo, Tier 2 Championship leader, incredible guy. Jump over to his YouTube channel, V's for Voodoo, and I shouldn't laugh, but he's having a terrible time of it here. He's gone around again, but we might...
And again.
We might just take the camera off Voodoo,
yeah,
because
that might be best.
It could be some sort of Nigerian spell or something he might put on me if I just take the mickey out of him too much. But lap 10 of this race, and we've probably got 2 laps to go until the end of this one, the end of round 5, and the end of the first half of this KRL season. Whilst things are a little bit settled, we might take a quick look at the driver points. So it was Wilco leading the championship by 26 points coming into tonight, of course. Wolfie over Glenn, then Matterford on 48, so that makes that battle all the more important. So we might take a quick look at the constructors' points. Triple Biscuit Motorsport ahead of Send It Racing there for your top 2. So, well, it's going to see Wilco as we head back to the drivers' points. So Wilco is going to extend that championship lead ahead of Glenn and Matterford, which is going to set him up nicely for the second half of the season.
I think so, and we're back at Imola. Will be our first race back, Tier 2 on the Wednesday night. Our first race back will be Imola, followed obviously by the Tier 1 guys on the Thursday night. Beautiful circuit. It's only recently come into the game. It is quick. There's lots of fast bits and lots of slow bits, like every good circuit have had, and there's a beautiful rhythm to it. So I can't wait to get back on there in a couple of weeks' time. It's
one of the classics, so stay tuned for that. 2 weeks' time from the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari. Shit, I think I've got that right. But
you
anyway,
might actually have that correct.
Jesus, it's happened. It's finally happened.
God.
How good is that?
Thank you and good night, folks.
Thank
It's
you
been
and good
fun.
night. That's it. I don't think we can. I think we've peaked. I don't think we can get much better than that. But I absolutely love that track. But very fast, not quite as fast as what it was back in the day, but still an excellent track, that's for sure. But 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining in this race here at Misano. And Jason Wilkinson, he's going to have a pretty handy championship lead. And he can take 2 weeks off wherever he likes in Italy. He could probably just go direct, couldn't he, to Imola from Misano. And why not, he says. There's Wilco flashing his lights. Somebody's come off ahead of him. I'm not a betting man, but I've got a pretty fair idea who that might be. Yep, as Voodoo just flashes through the screen there.
There we go. There's Voodoo facing the wrong way, watching everybody come towards him. Oh, who's that? Albert's gone off. Albert's gone. Oh, good Lord, Albert's come off and nearly taken out Madison.
And this, look at this, Albert.
Oh, Madison's gone off.
And Madison's gone off. Well, P2 was there for the taking. But Albert might, oh geez, the pressure.
I think he's picked it back up.
So he's got,
The leader is on the final lap.
leader is on the final lap. Oh, give it all you got. Thank you, Universal Boss. But he's managed to get it all together, and he's held P2. I'm not sure whether he might have just got a bit bored there, did he? Or he's just out all on his own, and he's dropped it.
But Voodoo's got around again.
So Voodoo still not having a good time. 3, 2, 1, and go. That is it. Race over. Jason Wilkinson, the man on your screen, is going to have the perfect mid-season break here. He might have just got pipped in race 1, but he was not going to let that happen here in race 2. He took a dominant pole position by almost a second, if you don't mind. And now he's come into race 2 and absolutely dominated ahead of this man, Albert. And Cart Dude with his rather interesting pit stop strategy when we do not have mandatory pit stops, of course. But Cart Dude thought, you know what, I'm going to pit anyway. But let's have a look at this. So Jason Wilkinson now, he's got his lights flashing. And I think he's just easing off a little bit here.
He's eased off quite a lot now, yeah.
He's eased off. He's got this one in the bag. Don't flash the lights too much. If anyone remembers, I think it was Nigel Mansell in Canada waving at the crowd on the final lap. And anyway, he didn't quite make it to the finish. But anyway, so hopefully that's not going to happen to this man. Just showing my age a little bit there. But Jason Wilkinson, one corner to go. That's all that separates this man from victory here at Misano. The checkered flag waves, lights flashing. What a dominant victory. Thank you, Universal Boss, for letting us know. Wilco wins this race. Prince Albert in second, a great result for him. And Matterford only 3/10 behind him, Wolf, at the end.
Another couple of laps. Could have been sketchy.
So Barters will finish 4th. OGT will finish in 5th. And Glenn, not good at all for his championship chances. He's still got half a season to work it out. My Bingerling through the last corner, aptly named the Misano corner. Plenty of imagination into that one. But Binger will finish 7th as Cart Dude getting a bit sideways there on the final lap. And getting as Voodoo, I think Voodoo was already out there off the track.
I think these boys are playing drift car now in the Porsches. Yeah, there we go. Look at that beautiful work.
Just taking the piss, I reckon. Victory Rider says Imola might bring the V12 Aston out. Let's wait and see. But Cart Dude then just taking the mickey there. But that is the end of this race. What a hectic race. Albert taking out the DRS, so there's no DRS signs, taking out the braking markers there as well. But what a race. What an evening of action. We've still got to talk to our drivers, Wolfie.
It's going to be a couple of interesting conversations between Cardi and our man Wilco, but it's good to see that we've got. So what did we have in the first race? We had Glenn, Cardi, and Wilco, and we've got Albert and Matty joining us as well. So it'll be a full commentators room up in here, my friend.
It's going to be absolutely magnificent as the boys just having some fun here at the moment. They don't need to worry about the tyres anymore, as I think Wilco's, he's gone off. And OGT says, I'm sweating, holy white man. And you're not the only one, OGT, but good finish from OGT as well up there in P5. But as the donuts have started, we are going to get our top 3 or 4, however many we've got. I think we're going to get Cart Dude in.
I think we got 5. We're going to get
5,
Jason, Albert, Matterford, Cardi, and Glenn.
There we go. So thanks, Barters. Great racing, bro, says OGT. Wowee, I've almost lost my voice here tonight. What a way to lead into the mid-season break. It doesn't get much better than that. And don't forget, get your votes in. Driver of the day, of course. Get those votes coming in. We would love to hear from you. And we're just waiting to see our top 3 drivers. Yep, we've got the first of them. Timing perfect there. As Kilroy says, well done, everyone. Thank you, Kilroy. Thanks for the support, brother. Thanks for watching. And what the heck, we might start with our race winner. We're not going to do this in any particular order. Wilco, have you got us?
Loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear.
Now,
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear, loud and clear. So, mate,
just before we get too further, there's a bit of trouble in the pits as someone is driving the incorrect way down the pits and someone else is just going round and round and round.
Let me invite the boys in for the podium interview.
So we're just going to work.
Sexy Albert in. There he is.
You got to bring Albert in. You got to bring Glenn Unit in, and you got to bring Matty in, and you got to bring that horrible man Cardi in as well.
And
the dirty boy,
the man from Tassie. But well, if you bring Albert in, you might have to take me out or bring me out because that voice just gets me every time. The missus has got the hose, the bucket of ice water ready to go. She's going to throw it all over me, just like when the dogs have a Barney. But here comes Cart Dude. Enough about me getting all wet, because Matterford into the party now, along with Cardi. So we're getting most of them in.
And Albert, and Glenn.
Here comes Albert.
And third place.
We might, yep, we're going to get Glenn in as well, but we might start with you, Cart Dude, mate. Talk us through that amazing... We're not going to talk about race 2, Cardi. We're only going to talk about race 1. Talk us through that battle, mate, in race 1.
It was alright, I guess. That was half an hour ago. I can't remember that far.
No, that's excellent. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, that's alright. It was good.
What happened towards the end of let's just cut to the chase. What happened towards the end of the race with you and Wilco?
I'm just here so they get a fine. That's what Bush would say. So, just racing, mate.
Yeah, racing.
Thank you for that incredible insight. And Cart Dude, what happened in the second race there, mate? You dived into the pits. What was that all about?
Yeah, new pit route next week. They've got that fuel for the race.
No, there will be a fairly big dressing down at the debriefing this evening.
And the worst part is when they added more fuel, it still wasn't enough, so I had to back off to finish. But yeah.
Rookie mistake.
All right.
Anyway, we'll take the W and we'll just pretend that second race didn't happen.
All right. So
well, you'll still get points from that second race, so you're not doing too bad.
Or do I? Oh, that's all right.
Thank you for that, Cardi. As always, very interesting, the Taswegian joining us. And who finished second? I think it was you, Wilco, wasn't it? Finishing second in race 1, mate. Talk us through it.
Yeah, that was a ripper battle. Both our tyres were cooked by the end of it. Doing a big drift through one of the corners wasn't the ideal way for the tyres, but yeah, that was good fun. A little bit of biff and barge, but Brody and I are good mates, that's fine. Good racing.
Great stuff, and plenty of respect there, mate. And race 2, well, there's not too much to talk about, is there, mate? Business as usual, normal service resumed, or...?
Yeah, the car was a lot better in race 2 because I was looking after the tyres, so it didn't want to kill me for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, that was looking like a good battle again with Brody. I wasn't making sure. I'm talking Albert now, aren't I? I was making sure that Brody wasn't going to get past me in the second race, but if you're only got 6 or 7 litres in, you're not going to be finishing the race. So that's unfortunate, but yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Big hunk of points there. Championship, pretty handy championship lead heading into the mid-season break, mate. Thank you for that. Great stuff tonight, and we enjoy your 2 weeks off, mate. You can spend it in Italy and come back in Imola.
Oh, sounds like a plan. Lots of pizza and pasta.
Sounds good, mate. As who finished third? Was it Glenn finishing third in race 1? Glenn.
He's not been able to join us.
So Glenn hasn't been able to join us. Wolfie, do you mind just maybe saying a word in his own language?
It was a great race. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much, Anthony.
incredibile. Race 1 incredibile. Race 2 very shit. Co-off. Good battle, very good. Thank you for that. And now I think the man we all want to get to is this man, Prince Albert, the Spaniard. Hello and welcome to you, Albert. Have you got us there?
Hello guys, good to talk to you again.
Now Albert, we'll get to the race in a minute. I've got a series of words here in front of me that I'll need you to say at some point, but if you could just talk us through your race or your evening, mate, to start with, that would be fantastic.
Trying to forget race 1.
What happened in race 1 there? Was it you and Glenn Unit that are coming together?
We didn't touch. He overtook me at the start. I was just taking it easy, but then he ran wide. I think it was turn 5, so I just tried to get on his inside, but I was like too aggressive with the tires cold, so I just did my best Kilimino impression. Not just once or twice, I did that a few times in the race, so a bit embarrassing, but oh well. Let's talk about race 2 if you want.
No, mate, no, fantastic effort tonight. And what happened there in race 2, mate? It looked a little bit cleaner in race 2, mate. You didn't quite have that pace to match Wilco tonight in race 2?
I didn't have the pace. I knew Wilco was very fast. I was surprised I got pole in first race. Probably he didn't get a clean lap or something.
Wide, mate.
Oh, yeah. That's good. No, but just race 2, the plan was to take it easy, no mistakes, follow the guys. I was comfortable behind Car Dude, and then I was surprised when he dived into the pits. So yeah, from that point was just
don't worry, so was I.
I don't know that you were as surprised as Carlton Dude was actually to dive into the pits there, Albert.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he had the drive-through, but didn't say anything on the dashboard. So yeah, I didn't know what happened.
Great stuff, Albert. Thank you to our top 3 finishers from both races. Driver of the day votes. We're getting a lot for Wilco here. Some for Cartoon as well. We'll count those up. We'll get Voodoo to count those. But thank you to our top 3 finishers from both races. Thank you, Albert.
We've not spoken to Manafort.
Oh, Manafort. Shit. Sorry about that.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry,
this is embarrassing.
Yeah, I get it.
This is embarrassing.
I got lost I got lost, okay? I'll admit it.
Just have a drink there, Trev. Matty, I don't know what Trev's on about, but position 4, race 1. Gifted a position 3. You seem to be sort of crazy work there with Glenn Unit and Barters, and you had a bit of a race.
Yeah, so it's a bit interesting today, tonight. I think I binned it with Albert on the first race. I saw him go inside, so
I do apologise.
Yeah, that was me. So I think I went to correct just as I changed gear, so I spun the wheels the opposite way into the wall. So a bit of damage and straight to the back. So fought my way back up to 4th and almost got 3rd. Almost got Glenn on the last corner. I think he went a bit wide, so almost got 3rd that one. And then, yeah, race 3. Well, my pedals have come a bit loose, so they're on a 45-degree angle because I'm pressing the brake there too much. So I think every time I pass Glenn Unit, I outbrake myself because I wasn't pressing the brake nowhere near enough what I should be. So it made my life a little bit harder than it should. But then, almost came together with Albert in the last corner. I think, the last hairpin. So that was a bit of a heart stopper, that one. I thought, I'm in here. Yeah,
sorry about that, dude. I've just lost control of the car.
Sorry about Albert. It was great racing. You guys were hard as could possibly go. Nice work. Well done. Trev?
Great stuff, Manafort. Apologies for completely forgetting
You're good.
Your existence, mate. But great result tonight, and boy, I think race 1 took it out of me, to be honest with you. But fantastic effort from everybody. Thank you, Wolfie, and I'm going to give you a couple of weeks off, mate. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thanks very much, mate. I appreciate that. I love these sprint races. The 7-minute quali puts a lot of pressure on these guys to get out there. You after your hot lap or your out lap, you've got 2, maybe 3 laps to get it together. And then the sprint race, and boom, you're straight back into that second 7-minute qualifying for the last race. It's a fantastic setup. I love it.
It's a fantastic setup, and we've got some fantastic people working behind the scenes, of course. Voodoo with the graphics, everybody else, Wilco and Wolfie, all the work you do. Everybody watching OGT, thank you. Thanks, lads. See you real soon. Voodoo, Victory Rider, Big Shep joining us, of course, Mahoney, and everybody else who joined us tonight. We've got 2 weeks off before we come back to the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari. I've got it again. How good is that?
Right again.
How good is that? But that is all we've got time for, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks off, and we'll be back at Imola in 2 weeks' time. Thank you. Be kind to one another. Stay safe and well. And it's buenos noches for now. Goodbye.